Tonight, we resharing a story that cuts right to the heart of what it means to be vulnerable in a system that often fails to see humanity. It's the story of Keisha Jones, a woman whose world was held together by woven strands of wicker and the hope they represented. Keisha, or Kiki as some knew her, was 32. She didn't have a home in the traditional sense, but she had a sanctuary under a city overpass amidst the scent of damp concrete and neglect. She built a life. This shadowed corner was more than just a shelter from the elements. It was her studio. Here, surrounded by her treasures, discarded wicker, plastic ties, and brightly colored scraps. She wasn't just surviving, she was creating. Keisha wove stunningly intricate baskets. Each twist and turn of material was a testament to her skill, her resilience. These weren't just objects. They were her connection to dignity, her only source of income. Her craft was the thread holding her fragile existence together. One cool evening, she was sorting through her latest batch of work. She carefully placed a nearly finished basket into a larger hamper. This one was special. Her best work yet, dyed a deep, vibrant cobalt blue. It was a piece of art born from discarded materials, a symbol of beauty found in forgotten places. As she admired it, the quiet darkness was shattered by the harsh, flashing lights of blue and red. Two patrol cars screeched to a halt. From the first car emerged Officer Mark Denton, a large, imposing man whose uniform seemed to stretch at the seams. He approached Keisha, his steps heavy and purposeful. "What are you doing here?" His voice boomed under the concrete arch, sharp and devoid of warmth. "This area is closed. Pack it up and move." Keisha quickly got to her feet, her hands instinctively moving to protect the large hamper holding her life's work. "Officer, I'm not bothering anyone," she said, her voice steady but cautious. "I'm just packing up my things. I'll be gone in a minute." Denton sneered, closing the distance between them. "You've been gone in a minute for the last 3 hours, haven't you?" he shot back. "This is loitering, and you're blocking public access." "Show me some ID." A wave of cold dread washed over Keisha. Her ID was buried deep in her backpack, tucked under all her weaving supplies. But it wasn't the hassle of finding it that worried her. It was the way Denton's eyes locked onto the hamper, where the beautiful blue basket was just visible. His gaze was predatory, dismissive. "My ID is in my bag," she explained, trying to sound compliant. She took a small step, positioning herself between the officer and her creations. "Please, don't touch my basket. That's my work, my livelihood." Her plea was soft but firm. She wasn't being defiant. She was protecting the only thing she had left. But Officer Denton saw something else. He saw her small movement, not as a desperate attempt to protect her property, but as a direct challenge to his authority. He saw obstruction. "Move out of the way," he shouted, his voice escalating with anger. "You think you can keep me from securing evidence?" Without waiting for an answer, he lunged forward and grabbed the handle of the hamper. "No, please," Keisha cried out. Instinct took over. She grabbed the other side of the handle, pulling back. It was a reflex, a desperate, non-violent attempt to hold onto her work, her art, her very means of survival. The sudden tug-of-war was too much for the woven handle. It snapped with a sharp crack. For Denton, this was the final straw. He interpreted her protective grip not as fear, but as physical resistance. He let go of the hamper and his entire demeanor shifted. In an instant, the situation spiraled from a tense verbal exchange to a physical assault. He grabbed Keisha's arm and violently slammed her against a concrete pillar. The rough surface scraped her skin, and the impact stole her breath. A sharp cry of pain escaped her lips. She was stunned, disoriented, her mind reeling from the sudden violence. She wasn't fighting back, she was simply trying to stay on her feet, to comprehend what was happening. "Stop resisting," Denton bellowed, twisting her arm aggressively behind her back. The accusation was absurd. She hadn't resisted. She had only tried to protect what was hers. "You just assaulted an officer. Get on the ground." He drove his knee into her back, forcing her down onto the damp, grimy concrete. The impact jarred her jaw, and a white-hot pain shot through her already injured shoulder. She tried to turn her head to breathe, but the pressure was immense, pinning her to the ground. She felt helpless, trapped under the weight of a man who saw a threat where there was only a terrified woman. As she lay there, Officer Denton forcefully pulled her arms into tight handcuffs, the cold metal digging into her wrists. Throughout this entire ordeal, the second officer stood by, watching he secured the perimeter, but never once stepped in. He never tried to de-escalate, never questioned his partner's disproportionate use of force, never offered a single word of comfort or aid to the woman being brutalized on the ground. When they finally hauled Keisha to her feet, the side of her face was bleeding from a cut near her eye. Her body ached, but the deepest wound was yet to come. Her gaze fell upon her beautiful cobalt blue basket. It had fallen out of the hamper during the struggle and now lay directly under the tire of the patrol car. The weight of the vehicle had crushed it. Hours of delicate, painstaking work were reduced to a heap of splintered wicker and smeared dye. The symbol of her hope, her masterpiece, was now just another piece of trash on the pavement. Keisha was charged with assault on an officer and resisting arrest. As they led her away into the back of the patrol car, she didn't look back. She didn't look at the ruin of her temporary home or at the shattered remains of her art. She just stared at the flashing blue and red lights. The very lights that were supposed to signify protection and safety. She understood a devastating truth in that moment. For someone like her, the smallest act of self-preservation, the simple instinct to protect the one beautiful thing in a life of hardship, could lead to the complete and utter devastation of an already fragile existence. Her story is a harsh reminder of how quickly a life can be broken, not by circumstance, but by the very systems meant to uphold justice. It forces us to ask difficult questions about power, perception, and who gets to be seen as human. Thank you for listening. If this story moved you, please share it. The more we talk about these issues, the closer we get to creating real change. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that matter.